You have no idea, do you? Any of you. You all expect secrecy to wear a suit and tie, to have table manners, a silver tongue. There's only two places you'll find that cliche. The imagination and the grave. I don't need to sell my authority. My fangs are well hidden. She's keeping him another few minutes. He'll be coming through the second-story door.
This is the last one. Will we help him decide?
No point. We need someone with conviction. Can't inspire faith at knife point.
You'd be surprised.
No, I wouldn't, Pitt. How many child soldiers have you killed?
None. You?
29. Last year. 2 different countries. Most of the time they were unarmed. I'm beyond surprising.
Sounds like a challenge.
Good kid. Python McGon climbed his way out of the fetid muck of wealth and privilege to study the true nature of power. He has much to learn. How to reforge his daggers and garrotes into collars befitting nations. His dominion so far has fallen over but a few criminal kingpins, children of military officials, and the women that had the nerve to say no. Still, he's taken to the most important lesson of all. Gods are invisible, deniable. The men we're hunting ignored this rule, thought that international treaties were enough to protect them as they challenged the ethical codes of nearly every culture on the planet. Selective breeding of human beings, the cloning and growing of embryos to harvest DNA from the fetuses. Fetuses that would become food for a new breed of child soldier. Surgically modified and indoctrinated through torture and neglect. Well, like you of all people really care. I'm sure you would have put a nice little ribbon on your fence for about a week or two, but when the wind blew it away, you wouldn't replace it. And all the while, you wished that someone else would be willing to die. We were all born knowing lesson number 2. There's no such thing as unfathomable cruelty. A rival power bribed their way into getting their gene lab built on sovereign tribal territory. For deniability's sake, the facility was staffed by Annika Security, a private military contractor some 5,000 strong. Emboldened by their friends for hire and mutilated attack dogs, they dug their heels into their craggy island hellhole and dared us to come in after them. So we did. We sent in our non-lethal infiltration unit, our second best to find an irrefutable paper trail. Unfortunately for the cause of world peace, the team lost their nerve when confronted with the atrocities that they were investigating. They withdrew, and the island was raised the old-fashioned way. 2 months later, Pitt and I have been visiting the traumatized soldiers to recruit for a project of ours, the Agency of Extrapolitical Affairs, to ensure that the events that scarred them so deeply never happen again. There you go. Now you can pretend like you're invested. Yes, I'm a hypocrite, but some cliches exist for a reason, and now's the time to show my fangs. Lieutenant Zulkin. I'd give you an alias of mine, but I think it would be better to just tell you that I represent the highest echelons of military intelligence, and that your assistance has been requested in dealing with an international crisis. We need men like you.
Men? Or soldiers?
Are the two mutually exclusive?
Depends what you mean by international crisis. What are you trying to say?
Not here. Not now. Just tell me this. What would you do to stop another Tomb Island?
Anything.
Excellent. From sunrise to high noon tomorrow, a homeless-looking man dressed in foul-weather gear will be sitting on the steps of the National Archive. Walk by him. Repeat the phrase, "My word is iron." Now get some rest, son.
Can't say I'm not a little disappointed. I've never wiped out an entire Spec Ops unit before.
You'll get the chance one day. Till then, I'll keep in touch.
Pleasure to be of service.
Clever kid. But like I said, much to learn.